Hey everybody, it is Friday. Welcome back to another episode of Trucker Money. On Fridays, we get together to talk about money, investing, finance, personal finance, debt, passive income, side hustles, everything. Everything we can do outside of trucking to earn money. 7 days a week of trucking can burn you out. You got to have that one day at least to think about something else, give your mind a break. And actually, I like to figure out what you're going to do with all this money you're making trucking. I hate to see people squander it. So I do this just to try and help you out, tell you what I'm doing. It's not advice, it's just me sharing my personal journey. So let's get started here for the week of February 8th through the 12th. See what happened here with everything, any moves I made or anything. First of all, check out the links in the description below this video for some products I can arrange discounts on. This cold weather here, man, it's brought out the necessity for antigel. It's been routinely 20 below zero up here in the northern Midwest, Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois. Definitely need that antigel. There's a link in the description below for a good discount on a great product. If you don't know about that product, go into some of my previous videos here a couple of weeks ago. Had the owner of the company on, told all about his product, and getting really good feedback on it. People seem to really like it. So check that out. Also check out the MUDFLAP app, link in the description below. Good prices on fuel. So anyway, for this week, first, let's talk about the passive income dividend portfolio that I've set up that pays me every week of the year for not doing anything, just for being a loyal shareholder in some different companies. Who paid this week? Clorox paid. They're the only payment I received, but that's okay. Clorox is my biggest individual position, maybe my second. It goes back and forth between Clorox, 3M, and now even General Mills is getting up there, but I think that's still lagging pretty far behind. But depending on today's share price, it's either Clorox or 3M. Anyway, and so what did I buy? I only got that payment. What did I buy this week? Well, I finally funded the HSAs for this year. Just finally was eligible to set up some HSA for my spouse and myself this year. Got those set up. Going to start putting the money in. I think I still need to do that video on HSAs. I promised. I forgot all about that. So I put some money in there, and I'm going to be pretty conservative with this money in case we need it for something. You never know what's going to happen in life, and HSA is a health savings account, for those who don't know, and it's a really great product. I split that money in there between the Fidelity Balanced Fund and then the Fidelity Puritan Fund is what I put the money in there. And then I still got to contribute out some more throughout the year here and build that up to our max contributions of, I think this year it's $3,550 a person, near that, or $3,500, I can't remember. I'll look into that. And outside of the HSA, the only other thing I bought was UGI, a regulated utility, gas utility mostly. So that's all I got paid and bought this year, but I did receive some raises. So that's awesome. Getting some dividend increases on some companies just for nothing more than being a loyal shareholder. Royal Dutch Shell, they have two different shares, RDSA and RDSB. Some minor differences between the two. I own RDSB. I used to also own RDSA, but I switched that all into B shares. I may go back. I'm going to look further into that and see a little bit more which one I want to be in worse. They raised their dividend 4.06%. Now, if you remember, Royal Dutch was one of the companies that last year in the pandemic cut their dividend in half. So it's good to see them creeping that back up. Really happy to see that. Unilever raised their dividend 6.07%, and Prudential with a 4.55% dividend increase. Also to note, on the website I use to check the increases is it's called Market Beat. And I don't own the stock, but I just thought it curious with the industry that we're in. They reported that Volvo raised their dividend 72%. That's just crazy. I'm going to look more into that. I don't know anything about that company's stock or history or anything like that, or their financials, but I just want to take a look at that. That makes me really curious. Now it's getting down to tax deadline here, and I'm probably going to be contributing more. I've maxed out my IRAs, mine and my spouse's, for 2020. But I really don't know the limit on what I can put into my SEP IRA until I work on my taxes here. So I'm probably going to have to contribute some more. I have up until tax day, which is traditionally April 15th. This year, I don't know if they extended it because of the pandemic. or not like they did last year. Really doesn't matter. I like to get mine done sooner the better. And then I'll know the maximum contribution I can make to my SEP IRA also, get that taken care of. So I'll be contributing some additional money here in the next couple months. Now, what I wanted to talk about today is I have a question for you guys, because I've been pondering something, playing it over in my head. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go with it. It's about the channel. It's about the YouTube channel. Okay. My time is becoming increasingly divided. That's just the way it is. Growing the company, I need to be more dispatching, more office type work, a little bit less on the road, a little bit more home. I'm still going to drive, but I have to pare that back. Now, being that my time is becoming increasingly divided, I had a thought, and I'll preface this by saying I always said I would never do this because I always thought it was kind of a D-bag thing to do on YouTube, and that's charging for memberships. But I'm considering adding something like that to the channel. I want to see what people's feedback is on it. And the reason I want to do it is being that my time is increasingly divided, I get a lot of emails and a lot of comments in the comment section asking questions, and I love to answer them. I really do. I try to answer all of them that I can, but I can't possibly, pushing 5,000 subscribers now, can't possibly answer every one of them. And then of course there's some folks that just want to argue, and I don't have time for that, so I just ignore that. But I'm thinking about starting a membership, a couple different tiers maybe, and once or twice, 3 times a month, I don't really have it worked out, I'm just throwing the idea out there, doing members only live chats, or members only where you can, if I do a live, you can come in the video and we can talk. If you got business questions, stuff like that. And then maybe a different membership for if you have like money questions. I don't know, throwing some different things out there like that. Number one, the reason of charging for it is it'll keep the people out that just want to argue, because I really don't have time for that. And number two, you can get a little bit more personalized attention. I don't know that I'll do something like coaching calls or anything like that. I hate that term. Like coaching, you're grown men and women. You don't need a coach. But I use that word for lack of a better term. Anybody who calls themselves the coach, I don't. it rubs me the wrong way. But we can bounce ideas off each other. You can get a little bit more personal attention, because I'm going to have to pare back a little bit the amount of emails that I can answer. And I'm sorry about that. You'll always get the best I can. The problem is lately my can is becoming a little bit less and less, because my business has come first. I have drivers that I'm responsible for. They got to come first, and YouTube may suffer a little bit. But at the same time, I still really want to help people. So this is just a thought I had, because it also has to be worth my time. And I hate to say that. So I don't think it would be much. Haven't really worked out. I haven't even looked into how that all works. But I just wanted to ask, because I always thought it was kind of a hokey thing to do, to have memberships. People can watch for free. The content is, you can find content anywhere. But for personalized attention, I think I'm going to have to go that route, just to be able to handle all of what's coming in. So feel free to email me your thoughts on that, diysemi@yahoo.com, or leave a comment below, as long as it's a respectful one. If it's something that you're not interested, that's fine. You don't have to participate, and I'll still do the regular content on the channel for free. But some folks want some really detailed help, and this is the only way going forward that I can do it. Now, all that being said, I am looking forward to doing bigger and better things on the channel. So stay tuned for that too. I really trying to making a lot of connections here as I grow my business. I'm coming into contact with a lot of people that have great things to say. And will all of them be for everybody that watches the channel? No, not necessarily. But I have the feeling that here and there you're going to pick up some really valuable stuff. I'm really pleased with how this Freight Connect relationship is going. Looking forward to getting him back on here. And he has some different people in the industry too that wants to connect me with to hopefully, provide some good information for y'all. So I'm looking forward to it. The channel's been going great. I appreciate all the support, but really looking forward to see where it goes from here. It's kind of transitioning as I get busier. It's kind of less repair videos I can do because they take an enormous amount of time. I'll still do them when I can, but I think that it's really helpful to a lot of people to put the business stuff out there, because it's probably where most of us are lagging. And don't get me wrong, I'm no guru. I'm not a professional. I'm not selling myself as like I can solve all your problems or any kind of hokey stuff like that. But I really like helping people when I can. So let me know what the level of interest is. And everybody take care. Got to get back to work here today. And we will see you next time.